Across England, very locally distinctive types of agriculture developed from the medieval period. Different landscapes specialised in the production of corn or the production of cheese or the rearing of cattle. Cattle were the mainstay of the Weald farming economy, and cattle rearing, by which I mean the rearing of young stock for export out of the Weald landscape for markets elsewhere and for fattening up, was absolutely critical. And many Weald farms developed around small yards and enclosed areas within which young stock were accommodated. In the 19th century, many new buildings were built for the housing of cattle. Many of these buildings were built next to earlier yards and areas that had already for many years been used for managing livestock. This is one of these buildings. It's a shelter shed. Shelter sheds are open-fronted buildings which are very little different superficially from cart sheds. Indeed, the shelter shed that I'm standing in now fronts onto the main track that is such an important feature of Hazelden Farm. It could easily be a cart shed, but like many buildings, once you actually look at it carefully, you can see that there are some features which mark it out as a building of a particular function. And in this case, what you've got at the back of the tie beams are small holes, or called mortices, which are left from studs which came down, so that what you had was a long partition along the back of this building. That indicates that there was a passage along the back of this building. And in fact, what happened is that this door was used by the stockman, who would have walked in with the feed, and this was a feeding passage. So he would have walked in with the feed and dropped the feed into a manger just on the other side of this partition. And the cattle would obviously have come into the shelter shed. Sometimes they would have been tethered up in the shelter shed, sometimes they were free to roam around this building and in the yard just outside.